Hi, I'm Tristan Rowland from Aspley, and this is our Spring 2016 market report. So far we've had a cracking start to spring, probably one of the best we've had in a few years, and that's actually thankful to the election hangover, I guess you could call it, where a lot of listings haven't come on the market. Normally it would be they do come on the market, but a lot have held off. Combine that with, again, record low rates. We've had another rate drop and we're probably going to get two more. Great market conditions out there. A lot to cover in this market update, so buckle up. We've got some really good content. First one is, more importantly, we've had new team members. So we've had Chris Winkler join us from Bulimba, phenomenal agent with many years experience. He'll be servicing that Chermside West area. Chris is a great agent. If you live in this area, you need to talk to this guy. He's already learned it inside out, and we've gotten some great results together. Also had Nicole Williams join my team. Nicole's an absolute admin gun, and we've got a wonderful property manager by the name of Ella joining our ever-growing property management department. Now, big things to cover in this market report. The spring selling season is underway in a big way. Lots of buyers, huge jump in subscriptions to people signing up for alerts on realestate.com. We can see it at the back end. So definitely new buyers in the marketplace, and really some serious buyers, people who have got a bit of pent up interest, who've been waiting off during that what seemed never ending election period to buy, and now they're out there buying with a vengeance, and we're seeing some really good prices. Just in the last week, we've sold 3 properties for higher than the previous agent had them listed at, and that's just paramount to A, marketing it correctly, but B, the quality of the right buyers that are out there if you know how to find them. Some big changes on the rental side of things. So we've got, and also sales, I guess, we've got new smoke alarm legislation coming through. Very important to understand this. Now, a lot of people are freaking out because they're hearing January 1 for next year. That is only for newly constructed properties. If you have an established property, you've got until 2021 at this point in time to get it fixed up. So it's a fair bit of time. But some big changes, and to be honest, I think for the better. There'll be photo-electric smoke alarms. All the smoke alarms need to be interconnected though. So if you've got a fire in your lounge room, it'll alert the bedrooms. If a kid has a fire in their bedroom, it'll wake up mum and dad, which is a really good move in my opinion. There's a few other things as well. Hardwired smoke alarms will come in, or 10-year lithium batteries. Now, me personally, I'd go towards the hardwired. It's a bit more expensive, but you're not relying solely on a lithium battery. But there's a few more things that have come in as well. We're actually running a landlord information night on October 19th here in the office. There's a reason why we went to this expense to set up this office. If you'd like to come, please go to placerentals.com.au and you can subscribe there for, or actually register, I guess you'd say, for the night. Now, very limited seats, so please, if you are interested, jump online, register as quickly as possible. We're thinking we'll probably have to have 2 nights, to be honest, to cope with the interest in this. Samantha will be speaking. We'll also be having a depreciation schedule speaking. We'll also have information from realestate.com about trends from tenants, which is really interesting. Also a bit about how to maximise the finance side of things with your loan, and more importantly, make sure you look after your rental and keep an eye on it. So some really high value information there. It's a free night. We put it on for information for both existing and people who are thinking of becoming landlords as well. If you'd like to register, call 1300 775 223, or alternatively you can ring Samantha directly, 0419 768 335, or as I said, jump on the website and register. So outside of that, well, with spring we were talking about before, we've got some pretty exciting new technology that we at Aspley, no one else has got it yet, we'll be sharing with the group very soon, have got to ultimately answer the age-old question in real estate. How do you find a buyer that's not even looking? And it's something we're going to keep a little bit secret in our pocket at this point in time, but we found a way to get to buyers, not just Brisbane-based buyers, but out-of-town buyers. Now, we just sold this property, and you'll see the vision in a second, in Chermside West. Now, it's a little 2-bedroom house on Roadie Road, no stove, no laundry, and yet we achieved for this property at $432,000. Now, we're talking 50 grand clear of what other agents thought was possible for it, and to be honest, even more than what we thought was possible. The buyer didn't actually come to us from realestate.com. It came through this new technology that we've been experimenting with, and it's just been a revelation. We can give more and more case studies via this, but if you'd like to know how to make sure you get that 100% of the market, people that may not be looking at realestate.com, may not be looking at magazines, may not be looking at print, or even walking to our offices, we've solved that. We think we're actually going to win REIQ Agency of the Year again with this technology this year. We're very proud of it. Outside of that, well, geez, we've got a very big period ahead going into Christmas. We think we're going to have a big backlog of stock coming to the market in that November-December period. I think we have the busiest selling December we can remember this year. Probably the only one that was close to that was 07 and maybe 2013. But valuers, building inspectors, everyone seems to concur that we're going to have a very, very busy period. Now, that means more stock on the market. So I think at the start of next year, particularly February, I think we'll have a softer February than we've ever had with all this backlog of listings coming into the market from after the election. But right now, there's a really big musical chairs of buyers and sellers going on where people are coming on the market, selling their place and then buying something straight away. And there's some really premium prices being paid, but at the same time, there's some really great houses out there to buy. So if you're looking at buying, great time. A far more balanced market though, I will say. Poor service seems to be getting punished quite severely at the moment. As I said earlier on in this video, 3 properties sold higher than what previous agents had it listed at. So it really goes to show that you need a good agent on your side when you're selling, but also having a good agent when you're buying. We just helped one of our clients negotiate down a property $40,000 less than what they would have paid. So if you're looking at buying, we're happy to help you as well from that element. Outside of that, look, one thing we're very proud of, which we'll be doing towards the end of this year, is Place School, not Play School, Place School. So we like to give back to the community. We get so much from the community, and without you guys, honestly, we're nothing, just another place. What we'll be doing is running a session for school leavers. So if you're in year 12 or you have a child who's in year 12, please get them in touch with us. We really want to teach them those life skills that they don't get. So the first course we'll actually be doing is going to be on how to prepare a tax return. It's something we don't learn. Tax is inevitable for everyone. So we'll be doing a tax return course for school leavers. It'll be zero, free, no, won't be charging anything for it. It's our way of giving back to the community. It'll be inside the office, probably won't put wine and cheese on because everyone will be 17, probably just put the cheese on. But the point is they're more than welcome to come along. We'd love to help instill some really serious life skills for people. Another session which we've had a lot of interest in, just mentioning to our clients, we'll probably run in the new year, I'd say at this point, is we're going to try and get Tim Whitney, who many regard as the Darren Lockyer of estate law, to come in and talk about how to set up an estate. Now, I had the pleasure of dealing with Tim this year, and something that Tim made me aware of was most disputes that you see through estates are from poorly constructed wills or poorly constructed estates. So what we mean is, if something happened to me today, touch wood, I would want to make sure that my will was set up so that not only was there enough coverage from my life insurance to obviously support the children that we have, but also to support a wage for whoever's the carer. Might happen in Samantha as well, so we want to obviously have something there. Little things like that, and he said most wills are just poorly structured or they put a huge amount of burden on people. I could go on forever about this, but honestly, this is a really great session. We're probably also going to get Andrew Weldon in from Andrew Weldon Solicitors about how to set up your will at the same time. Again, this will be a free session. We'll be paying for it to get their time in here, but it'll be a free session. Had a lot of people say they're interested in this. So if you'd like to find out about this, please either email me at tr@eplace.com.au or alternatively, just comment below and we'll make sure that we can register you for this when we have that night. If I don't speak to you before, I hope you have a great run into Christmas. I can't believe Christmas is nearly here. I think we're something like 12 weeks away. It's quite scary when you think of it that way, but we're gonna have a bumper selling season. It's probably gonna be the busiest run into Christmas we've seen in a decade. So if you are looking at selling, we'd love to have a chat to you. If you are looking at renting, we'd really like to have a talk to you too. I know there's a lot of market reports and media at the moment saying the rental market is very, very soft. Look, it's not as bad as being made out. The reality is you've just got to work a lot harder as a managing agent at the moment to get that great rent again. There's a lot of vacancy, and I think they're more talking about the unit market, and particularly the inner city unit market. There's something like 4,000 units came out of completion and settlement in the last 3 months. That's a lot of oversupply in the inner city unit market. So the reality is there's still tenants out there, but if you're a property manager that doesn't answer your phone, doesn't do pre-hours inspections or after hours inspections or Saturday inspections, then yeah, you're going to find it really, really hard to secure not only a tenant, but a great tenant. Whereas if you do the hard yards like we do, look, we're not having a great trouble renting our properties, and some of them we're still getting well above what other agents thought was possible. And that being said, you also want to get the best tenant, not just a tenant, and that's very, very important. So don't lose hope with the rental market. We're finding it's still very, very strong. And look, there's a lot of investors coming into the market up here at the moment with the interest rates being so low, particularly from Sydney. So I think you'd see a lot of properties be snapped up. The other yin to the yang, and it's always the seesaw of real estate, if the rental market's soft, it's because the sales market is hot. Your tenants are becoming buyers at the moment, particularly at the bottom end of the market. So it's not all doom and gloom, but I've always joked, if you speak to most agents, you'll always find something to complain about. There's too many buyers and not enough houses, or there's too many houses and not enough buyers. Right now, lots of buyers, not that many houses, which is great because that's going to be what's going to get you that great price. If we have any advice you want from us or any questions you've got, please feel to either comment below. We'd love to know what you'd like to hear about. Please comment below with some subjects you'd like us to cover. We'd love to. Otherwise, call us 1300 775 223 or pop in anytime. Thanks so much.